yeah. Hey y'all, welcome back to my channel. I am torrancemarchil. I hope y'all are doing well today. I know that I'm doing well today. As you can see, I have a bit of a sit down video for y'all today. I don't know if you guys have heard about the winter arc. I literally just heard about it like yesterday, I think. I did like slight research on it. I'm not gonna lie, I didn't do too much research on it, but I did slight research on it. I kind of just want to talk to y'all about it today. But as you can see, if y'all have not watched my vlogs or anything like that, I'm not in my usual setup. I'm currently in someone else's space, so the setup looks a bit different than what it would usually look like, but nevertheless, I'm here. Let's get right into today's video. So obviously, it's the end of the year, right? It's the last quarter of the year, and most people who have had fitness goals and maybe have been on track all year, usually they take their foot off the gas towards the end of the year because of the holidays, maybe birthdays. My birthday's in November, so, and my son's birthday, so I usually tend to fall off the wagon a bit at the end of the year as well. This year has been very crazy for me. I mean, it's just life, right? So before the year ends, I just really want to make good use of the last quarter of the year. I really do think that God is going to turn things around for not just me, but many of his other children as well. I have seen many other believers who are in a similar situation as mine or different situations, but I feel like we're all looking for something different before 2025 gets here. And so I feel like this video will help you, as it's going to help me, I'm sure. Before we get into my checklist for the winter arc, I'm just going to briefly touch on what it is. So I kind of told you like an overview, but I have a definition here. And it says the winter arc is a challenge where individuals use coolest and darkest days to visualize, refocus, and reach their desired commitments or destinations. The concept gained popularity on social media and is a structured self-improvement program designed to help individuals make significant progress in their personal and professional lives. I need all of that, you know what I'm saying? But I've seen an example of other people's winter arc checklists. There's nothing wrong with that. I think it's cool, but I'm gonna put like a Christian spin on it. Really, these are just habits and things we could be doing all the time, but again, because I need some motivation and I need some structure for the last quarter of the year, that's what this video is for. This is in no particular order. I kind of just jotted down in notes my checklist, like what I want to do and focus on, because I do have goals that I have either abandoned or forgotten about, or life has just gotten in the way, and I want to go back to doing what I was doing. This is how I'm going to achieve all of those goals. So number one, sleeping at least 6 hours a night. Ideally, we will be sleeping 8 hours a night, and sometimes I do get that amount of sleep, but sometimes we don't. Life happens, things happen. So I want to shoot for a minimum of 6 hours of sleep. When I say sleep, I don't just mean like you close your eyes, wake up. I mean like quality sleep. So whatever practices it is that you need to implement to be able to hit those 6 to 8 hours, you need to do that. Examples include no phone, like no blue light, at least 30 minutes to an hour before bed. Maybe stop eating and drinking about an hour before bed, maybe 2 to 3 hours before bed. Reading in bed. I know that when I read in the bed, I knock out in like anywhere between like 10 to 30 minutes. So turning off all lights, maybe even like unplugging devices, putting your phone in another room or on the other side of the room, just little things like that that would help you reach that goal. So that's number one on my list. Number two, this is actually a good segue into number two, because I did say that, you know, maybe you want to stay off your phone, no blue light and things like that before going to bed. Number two is limiting social media usage and distractions. This is very hard for some people. This is very hard for me. I'm not gonna lie. I am someone who like scrolls all the time. There's many reasons for that. Limiting distractions. So not even just social media, but maybe less TV time, movies, less things like that. But also, you gotta be honest, because sometimes we do things that are distractions that we don't really need to do. This is like busy work, you know, like when you're trying to sit down and focus a certain amount of time on a task, you all of a sudden have to go to the grocery store to pick up something for dinner. And realistically, you could wait until you're done doing what you have to do that most of the time, but that can be an example of a distraction as well. So it's just really being intentional about our time time management and how we spend it, because time is the one currency we cannot get back. So we got to help each other out with that one. You know what I'm saying? But yeah. Number 3. For me, number 3, at least 30 to 60 minutes of uninterrupted time with Jesus every day. And this is really the minimum. You may do way more than that. If you're anything like me, I go through waves. So there's some seasons where I spend a lot of time with him. There are some seasons where I don't spend as much time with him. This is really just a tool that I'm going to use to help kind of create like stability, like a baseline of, okay, no matter what, I'm spending at least 30 to 60 minutes with him every day intentionally. So if that's you going in your prayer closet, it could be anything. You could go in your prayer closet and just read, praise and worship, pray, just sit there and just let him pour into you and download into you, whatever that may be. 30 to 60 minutes every day with God. I feel like that's gonna it's really gonna keep us going on this winter arc. If you're anything like me, anytime I have a goal, or a long time goal too, like something that really requires my time, I get burnt out after X amount of weeks, and that's because I am utilizing my own strength. This doesn't really work for me. So I need to rely on God to get me through these 90 days, the rest of my days, whatever. So he has to be in there and he has to be a priority the entire time. And that is a surefire way to do that. And really, honestly, 30 to 60 minutes every day really isn't that much time. I know like an hour is like 4% of your day. So we have plenty of time for him. We don't make time for God. We prioritize God and make time for everything else. So that's my number 3. Number 4 is developing an eating plan. This is something I kind of took from the 75 hard challenge. I know they say like at the beginning of your 75 hard challenge, you come up with an eating plan or like a meal plan or something like that, a way of eating, and stick to that the entire time. So it's kind of the same thing. I'm implementing that here. That's just a surefire way to, one, you use way less of your brain power because you kind of know like this is how you're eating for the rest of the year. Obviously, I would say allow yourself a grace, right? On Thanksgiving, eat Thanksgiving food. Christmas, eat your Christmas food. You know, on my birthday and my son's birthday, I will be eating however we are going to eat. But other than that, I'm not deviating from my meal plan. That's just a surefire way to conserve energy, maintain energy, maximize your energy, and that's going to give you the fuel that you need to do everything you need to do to close out this year. Yeah, develop an eating plan. I don't know what mine is going to look like quite yet. Maybe for you it might be pescatarian, maybe veganism, maybe carnivore diet. Whatever it is, just pick it and stick to it for the next 90 days. Number 5. Now this one is really meaningful for me. And a lot of these like self-improvement type of like motivational challenges, a lot of the time people tell you to lock in, isolate yourself, steady yourself, put your head down and go. And I'm actually going to advise against that, because being around loved ones and people who are not going to distract you, people who really energize you, is good for you. I know I've been isolated and maybe that's why I put this here, but I've been isolated from people for the last like 2, 3, 4, 5 years really. And when I do get around people that I really love and care about, it really energizes me. It balances all the hard work and all of the go, do, but also you just feel energized. Like, okay, yeah, I can handle this week because I spent a nice dinner with one of my good friends and the conversation was good and we were able to bounce off of each other, and that felt amazing. So whether that's family or friends, whatever that is for you, that's what I would recommend you to do. I'm going to try to do that as best as I can. Don't isolate yourself. Don't allow yourself to get distracted by people, yes, but don't completely isolate yourself and cut people all the way out. I don't think that's extremely beneficial if you are trying to keep it going. You know, you need time with God, you need time with friends, you need time with yourself to do everything it is you need to do, because that's just how life is. In life, we are not supposed to do it by ourselves. I'm not going to exalt that community factor. We need that for success. And so that is my number 5. Number 6, this is big for me. I don't know who else needs this, but I had to add this because, listen. Number 6 is surrendering your finances completely to God and consulting him with every purchase, with every decision you make regarding your finances moving forward. This is big for me. I don't typically do this. I have done a lot to heal my relationship with money and look at it appropriately the way that God does and use it the way that God wants us to use it. I'm still like, I've made a lot of progress, but there's still a lot of progress to be made. I think dedicating my finances to God is really going to help me do that. If your goal is to aggressively save, and if you can't do that, I don't see why God would not honor that. I mean, obviously he may tell you to do something different out of nowhere to give, and you should do that, right? But for me, I want to aggressively save. And so when it is time to spend money or move money or give or do whatever, I want to consult the Lord first, that I am not misstepping with the resource that he gave to me. So that is my number 6. Number 7, this is like everyone's favorite. Everyone says this all the time, but my number 7 is moving your body at least 15 to 30 minutes a day. Minimum 15 to 30 minutes a day. I'm gonna say every day because it doesn't mean going to the gym, doing a crazy strenuous workout. It doesn't mean all that. It just means taking a walk around the block for 15 minutes. You'll walk down the street and back, that's 15 minutes. You know, just moving your body, because this is not just a fitness challenge. This is something that's good for you all the way around. It's good for your mind, it's good for your body, it's good for your sleep, it's good for everything. Being sedentary just is not good. They say that sitting is the new smoking cigarettes, and we know how detrimental that is to us. So for your mental health, for your physical health, for your every type of health, it's just good to get out and take some steps every day. So that's my number 7. I'm also gonna add that stretching could also be considered movement. We're getting older. I'm about to be 30, so I want my mobility. I need some mobility. I doubt I'm any type of flexible now, so I don't want to be creaking when I'm 35, 40, Lord willing. So I need to incorporate stretching, not every day, a couple times a week for sure. Definitely should be stretching before you work out. I always skip that, but I'm gonna try to really do that. So yeah, stretching could be included in that. Stretching for 15 to 30 minutes. I don't know if you need to stretch for 30 minutes, but if you want to like stretch for 15 minutes, walk for 15 minutes, there you go, you're done for the day. So I'm gonna add stretching in there as movement as well. Number 8, I prioritize self-care, not just self-care, soul care, spirit care, all kinds of care, okay? What I mean by that is just like people focus on self-care and just doing things for yourself, like taking bubble baths and getting a massage and painting your toes and things like that. And that stuff is helpful. We should be taking care of ourselves physically, but self-care can just be like, you know, motivating yourself, being your own cheerleader, telling yourself that you're doing a great job. Every week when you notice, hey, I've done it, I've gotten through the first week of my winter arc and I'm doing a good job, like I'm so proud of myself. And that's also how you build trust in yourself as well. And I think that's really good for the soul, because when you build trust and confidence in yourself, obviously still relying on the Lord, you learn to trust yourself. Like when you say you're gonna do something, you know you're gonna do it. And that's something that I struggle with. Sometimes when I say I'm gonna do something, I don't always feel the most confident that I'm gonna do it. And when I do it, I'm like surprised, and that's not healthy. We want to have confidence in ourselves. We want to treat ourselves nice and talk to ourselves nice, but we also want to feed the soul and the spirit. And I think some of that is like natural when you hang with your friends. That's good for the soul. When you spend time with God, that's good for the spirit. You're feeding your spirit. Things like reading, ingesting the right things, and doing things that are good for mind, body, and soul, I think is incredible. And I think that should be a priority for this 2024 winter arc. We're almost done here. I don't want to spend too much time on this. Number 9, I'm actually gonna make this 9 and 10. 9 would be to write down your goals and make an actionable plan. Break the plan down little by little so that it, you know, seems doable for you. And number 10 is gonna be to track your progress. I put these together because when you make your plan and write down your goals and all that, that's really just something you're gonna do like once at the beginning of your winter arc. Tracking your progress is something that you can do daily, weekly, and monthly. So tracking your progress, you're gonna do the entire time. Making your goals and your plans, something you're gonna do once, and you may tweak it along the way, again, because life. I'm putting those together as 9 and 10. Last but not least, number 11 is make time for rest. I do not believe in go, 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 work, 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 do all the time. And this is coming from someone who kind of is always doing something. I am a mom, a homeschool mom, and I currently work. If you don't know about that, go check out the vlogs. But I am a busy woman. I will be even busier during the last quarter of the year. So rest is very important. That's how God designed it. God wants us to rest. He rested on the 7th day when he made the entire earth and everything in it. So we are to follow suit. Resting could literally just be like taking a day, Sunday, and you don't do nothing. You just lay in your bed and just let God minister to you and do whatever it is that he needs to do. You know, resting in the Lord is very important. Whatever that is for you. Maybe you want to go fishing on a Saturday, apple picking on a Thursday or something like that. That's like active rest. But whatever it is that calms you down and helps you to rest and recoup, do that at least once a week. If you need to do it more, do it more. The end of the year is super busy for everyone. So if you need to rest once a week, twice a week, do it as you see fit, do it as the Lord leads. And that's my last habit. So we are at the end of the video, so I really hope that you like all of my suggestions here. If you want to do the same thing and participate in a winter arc, I got a call there as I was closing out the video, but make sure you like, share, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.